But anyways, it doesn't matter though, any of that. It doesn't matter if it's a Monday, a Wednesday, a Friday, a Saturday, Sunday, any day of the week. We always have something going on Kruse Control, and that is a lot of breaking news. All right, the very first thing that I want to talk about today is the Fast and the Furious, because Vin Diesel came forward and said, guys, I'm coming back for the next one. One more time, one more ride or die with the family, toasting a Corona at the end, having a picnic. It's happening. And there's been some discussion is, would he come back? There were supposed to be 2 movies. Now it's going to be only 1 movie. Of course, he had the sexual assault allegations from his former assistant that came out in December. But he is coming forward. He said, yes, they've had meetings. He said, just finished our end of the week Fast meetings with the writers and the whole team. And he says he's really excited. It's incredibly powerful, this new script, and that's an understatement, he said. But he's so excited. He's really proud to give this to the fans. So hopefully it's good. Again, Fast and Furious, I don't believe it's going to be done. I think that they could say this, but they'll do more spinoffs, redos, and it's a big franchise. But again, maybe the sexual assault allegations are slowing things down. I don't know, but Universal wants to keep this train going, and good for, the fans of Fast and Furious are getting at least one more movie. But over at Warner Brothers, they've been going back and forth about this Mickey 17, because Mickey 17 was supposed to come out in March, right around the same time here next month that we have Dune 2 coming out. And I remember watching the trailer about this. It was over a year ago. The teaser came out, and it looks very fascinating. Battinson himself coming to do this part. And of course, it's with the director of Parasite that's doing this too. So it's supposed to be a big project over there at WB. And they're pushing until January of 2025, January 31st of 2025 now, because they don't really have anything lined up because of the strikes. And again, this was delayed due to strikes. They were saying that's why it's not done yet. But they're hoping that's going to be a big hit. It looks interesting. Nice little sci-fi picture. So hopefully it's good. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. They didn't show much of it. The teaser shows literally nothing. So it shows this Battinson in a vat of water, I guess. I don't know. But WB also has something else going on. That's right. Tom Cruise is going to sign up for his first movie because, again, we talked about this, that Tom Cruise signed a WB contract. He has like office space there now. He's rolling in there, being a part of WB, and Zaslav has signed him on for multiple pictures. And now his very first one now is Legendary and WB. We don't really know anything about this project, though, besides it's from the director of The Reverend. And he hasn't done an English movie since The Reverend. And now Tom Cruise and him will work together in this English movie. And I don't know, I love his directing. I think he's great. Tom Cruise is I love Tom Cruise. I think he's great too. One of the last movie stars, if you ask me. So maybe this combination will be good. Alejandro and him, I don't know. Maybe it'll be great. Maybe it won't be. But there's not much word about it. But it is going to be the first one on his WB contract. No title, top secret plot. Of course, that's what happens with these Tom Cruise things sometimes. But WB also is writing off things. That's right, because now they have written off $115 million tax write-offs. And people are wondering, is 70 million of this Coyote versus Acme? Because again, they said we're going to write this off. We don't want to sell it. They've been going back and forth. Netflix made a bid. I think Universal made a bid. There's a bunch of people saying they want to put this out there. They wouldn't give them $70 million for it. And so now I think they're just going to take the write-off. Now, $115 million. They're not saying exactly where that's coming from. But I mean, I'll bet you dollars to donuts that $70 million really is Coyote versus Acme. And it sucks. I'd like to see this movie come out, as a lot of people have had a huge movement to see it. And now it seems like it's probably not going to happen. You just never know with these things. But, it sucks for everybody involved with that project if this is done. And it blows my mind. It almost blows my mind as much as Mary Poppins getting a new rating after all this time. I'm like, what is happening, everybody? They're saying that it has discriminatory language in it now. That's what the UK is saying right now. So the British Board of Film Classification changed it from being a rated U, which means it's open for everybody, contains no material that could offend or harm, to changing it now to PG, parental guidance. At this point, it means that some scenes may be unstable for young children. And to me, guys, come on, it's been 60-some freaking years now with Mary Poppins and her umbrella dancing into our bedrooms and laughing down those chimneys. And to me, why are we changing it now? Dick Van Dyke is probably pissed off right now. He's been dancing his life away, and he's probably stopping dancing when he heard this today. Maybe not, but I just think that it's kind of ridiculous. But then again, maybe something is there, because all these old movies, we don't notice.
Over
but
one
just,
word.
What do you say, GR? Dilligaff?
No, it's over one word. That's
Over
why
it's one word.
the Hottentot.
Hottentot.
Oh, yeah.
So
That was the word, and that's why they changed the rating.
Yeah.
Hottentot.
But still,
The damn conservatives are freaked out about that word.
It's PG. It's not like they made it rated PG-13 or something. It's the difference between PG and G is so negligible anyway.
It really is. It's not much difference, but still, I just thought it was funny that this is like something that's happening right now. We're talking about, I saw the news and I'm like, well, again, stuff becomes problematic, I guess, later on. And they just like, what's Mary Poppins? But yeah, it's not that big of a change. It's not like they made it rated R, so
Right.
keep it going. Because, legalities are always a problem. But you know what? Disney's working on their legalities too with Sony, because now we know how physical media has been going away. But now Disney is licensing out all their content to Sony. So this has been going down too, where they're just not going to do physical media at Disney anymore. And Sony still has a pretty big distribution house. So they said, okay, we're going to make this deal with Sony, and they're going to handle everything. They're going to reach out all their content, 4K, Blu-ray, digital. The digital they'll still control, but everything that's physical media will go over to Sony now, and they will handle the whole market. They'll sell and distribute everything Disney titles, and then they'll also catalog the titles on DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K Ultra DVD for retailers and distributors in the US and Canada. So they're giving up all their rights to this stuff, which again, most people are looking at Netflix. They got rid of their stuff not too long ago, their physical media, and Sony still has a big house for it. So I guess it makes sense for the House of Mouse to do this and put all their DVDs in that basket of Sony. But they're also working on a lot of stuff because, Disney does have a lot of tax cuts and licensing issues. And they're working out right now with Mandalorian and Grogu to actually get big tax breaks for that. And because they're going to shoot the whole thing in California, which just never happens. They always go in different states for tax breaks. But Mandalorian and Grogu will shoot here in California. They're getting like $20 million, $21.755 million in tax cuts in order to shoot the whole movie here in California. That was one of their biggest tax cuts California has given. They gave a little bit bigger to Bumblebee. It was Transformers Bumblebee. I think it was like 22 million, but it's still like one of the higher ones they've given for production to keep productions here in California and keep the work here. And then people are still speculating if Pedro Pascal will come back to be Mandalorian. Of course, he'll go into a sound booth for a few days, guys. And that's all he does now. He's got a great cush deal. I know he's got a lot going on with Last of Us. And then, of course, Fantastic Four, which he's super excited about, apparently. He came forth to the SAG Awards and he was like, I can tell you how excited I am, which is beyond. There isn't anything more exciting than being in a cast like this with Vanessa Kirby, Yvonne Moss-Bachrach, Joe Quinn, and the director, Matt Shakman. He's really excited about it. He said to be invited to the family like this is unbelievable, and we all just want to do our best and share it with the world. And this comes out July 25th, 2025. And of course, he's excited. Big casting news for him. He's had a huge career, but this is massive for him. I think this is going to be a game changer when it comes to Marvel for Pedro, but he's everywhere. So, I mean, it wasn't like he didn't have work anyways. But somebody else had to deal with his agents and saying, oh, this is going to hurt your career, was John Cena when he decided to do Barbie. So his agents came forward and were trying to push him not to do Barbie. And of course, he only had a small part. He said shot half a day and he played the merman. But they said it was beneath him to do this Barbie role, beneath him. And I'm like, excuse me? And said he read the script. He just wanted to be a part of it. They were shooting Fast and Furious next door in a different stage. And he was trying to get in there. And they offered him the merman. He's like, yeah, let's do this right away. And so he made it happen. And then, of course, once he told his agency he wanted to do it, they got on board. But they were like, this is going to be beneath you. It's not good for you. It's not going to help your career, which agents say all the time. And sometimes it's for the worst. And as John Cena said, like, he still makes his own decisions. And this was something he wanted to do. And he's very happy about being a part of it. And you know what? Maybe someone that's not happy about it is Ben Affleck, because he was supposed to be in Barbie, everybody. In case you were wondering, Batfleck himself was supposed to be in Barbie, and he was supposed to be Michael Cera's part in the big fight. They were supposed to fight Batfleck, apparently, and it came down to the 11th hour, and he came forward and said he couldn't do it because he was working on Air at the same time, directing, and it got to the point where they're supposed to pretty much shoot like the next day, and he backed out. And so then Greta Gerwig threw Michael Cera in there, and he was talking about that. He goes, I wasn't supposed to be in the fight movie. Am I allowed to say this? I don't know if I'm supposed to be, but it was supposed to be Ben Affleck. And he's like, I'm not allowed to say that. But he said, again, Affleck dropped out, and they think that Ben wanted to do it, but it just came down to scheduling, and it was very last minute. Like, okay, cool, get in there. Ben's out, you're in. Get in there, Michael Cera. And I think it's actually better with Michael Cera there. It makes more sense than having Batfleck himself in there, but the merman, get a spinoff? Maybe John Cena will get a spinoff now. You never know. He's the king of spinoffs, I would say, with everything he's been doing, the Fast and Furious and stuff. Maybe he could get a spinoff and have a great time. I love John Cena, but Ben Affleck was supposed to be in this, but he wasn't. But you know what? So he's not going to win a SAG award for that. But the SAG awards went down over the weekend, and honestly, I'm going to say about this. It was actually a lot of fun watching this a little bit. It was on Netflix, so it was different. Usually, you get these commercial breaks. They're rushing people. They're playing you off, and that happens constantly. But in this scenario, they were not being played off. And a lot of people were saying it's great. Like even when they're giving their acceptance speeches, like, oh, I have more time. And then they go backstage, if you saw these, and give more time to the people interviewing them, be like, hey, what do you think about this? And how do you feel? And I think it was actually kind of a cool experience. It was also awesome to see Idris Elba be like, fuck, online or on air, during the awards ceremony, because you can't normally do that. And he's like, don't say anything that you wouldn't say in front of Oprah. And then they showed Oprah as, oh, fuck, Oprah's here. So it was kind of fun that they could swear. And honestly, I think they had a great time overall, everybody on the project, or during the performance of the whole thing. But also some of the winners, notable winners, Oppenheimer won Best Outstanding Performance by a Cast in a Motion Picture. Outstanding Performance by a Male in a Leading Role was Cillian Murphy. Outstanding by a Female was Lily Gladstone for, of course, Killers of the Flower Moon. Outstanding Performance by a Male Actor, Robert Downey Jr., Oppenheimer. Again, Performance by a Female, Devane Joy Randolph for The Holdovers, which I still need to see that. I hear that's really good. Pedro won for Actor on Television Show. Best Performance for Drama Series Succession. That's been cleaning up the award ceremonies everywhere. Steve Yeun won for Beef. Big thing for a male actor in television too. He's been doing really well as well right now. Beef again, Ali Wong for Female. A lot of big, a lot of things that kind of stand out. I was surprised Ted Lasso didn't win anything, but again, a lot of these shows like The Bear and Beef have been cleaning up these award shows. Pedro, like I said, for The Last of Us. Elizabeth Debicki for The Crown. You had Jeremy Allen White for The Bear. Of course, I thought that was it's been his time this year. It really has. And I think that's kind of made sense. And all the actors from that keep doing very well. And Dead Reckoning got for best stunt performance. And for me, that makes sense. That was a very stunt heavy thing. I thought John Wick might have some kind of feat in there too, but I didn't get it. But SAG Awards were interesting. I thought they did a great job, and it was fun to see how they kind of changed it all. But a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news. Appreciate you all being here. I'm really interested about this Fast and Furious thing, though, Rachel. He's coming back. They want to do 2. Are you shocked that it's only going to be 1?
Shocked, no. Disappointed, no. It'll be fine. I think they can wrap it up in 1. Vin Diesel can just kind of go fuck himself at this point. So
you can dance away.
But hopefully we'll get more Hobbs and Shaw. I like those spinoffs.
Yeah, I think that'd be fun too. I know they were talking about that. And The Rock and Jason Statham are freaking awesome too. So
yeah. So I think that'll be the better way to take the franchise, to really just lean into Hobbs and Shaw. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna see. I think we're gonna get more of that, and I think they're gonna just try to find new ways to keep the franchise going. But they don't want this to end. It's a big cash grab for Universal. So
oh yeah,
can't wait to see where it goes. But one more Fast is coming your way.